Hi guys, today's video is about Ironside from the Four Knights anime. With no further ado, let's start it. Ironside is controversial, also known as the Red Knight, and Ironside the Assassin. He is a holy knight who serves King Arthur in his mission to reshape Britannia under Chaos's rule. His big loyalty to Arthur is more about his son, Diodora, since in Camelot he is protected and can live a peaceful life. Diodora is Nakaba's way of humanizing this character. He has an immense desire to protect this guy, and this desire pushes him to commit unthinkable acts, including betrayal, murder, and tampering with forbidden magic. Let's talk a bit about who he is in more detail. Ironside is ruthless, calculated, and extremely loyal to his cause. He shows no hesitation in killing, even his own family, believing it to be for the greater good. The only ones to whom he shows his softer side are his son Diodora and brother-in-law Mortlock. When I say only, I really mean it. He does respect Arthur, the people of Camelot, and his fellow knights, but their relationship is just of another type. It's time to talk about his history and all the bad things he did during the story of the Four Knights anime. Born as the son of Varghese, a former holy knight, Ironside followed his family's tradition of venturing into the world at 16. However, his life went in a bad direction when his wife and son, Diodora, fell victim to an illness caused by the Demon King's miasma during the Holy War. Desperate to save Diodora, Ironside performed a forbidden ritual that bound a life spirit to the body of a deceased child that he claims he found in a wagon that fell off a cliff. He hoped to create an immortal vessel for Diodora's soul. This act created Percival, a being with self-awareness that rendered him unsuitable as a vessel. This made Ironside really angry since he had sacrificed a part of his life to save Diodora, and now his plans were gone. Chronologically later in the story, Ironside's bad guy nature is shown with no filter. He arrives at God's Finger, confronts his father, Varghese, and fatally wounds him. He proceeds by trying to kill Percival, who didn't die because it was not his time. And you know why he did it? Well, he did it just in case. They were the Knights of the Prophecy who were destined to destroy Camelot. The Sistana Incident. In Sistana, Ironside escalates his brutality by attempting to activate the Coffin of Eternal Darkness, a relic capable of catastrophic destruction. To do so, he plans to sacrifice innocent lives, including Angelhad, a young holy knight. Percival and his allies thwart his plans, but our heroes were there to impress him, and he doesn't achieve it in the end. It's just important to know that after those events, Ironside took a beating from Ban in a village in Britannia, but he took a beating only because he tried to fight Ban, and it's against Arthur's rules to him. It'd result in a lot of bad things for Ironside. These bad things happened in chapter 154, which was rough for Ironside. Arthur summoned him in Palagard for a talk. Initially, Arthur made it seem like he wanted to discuss Ironside's disobedience to his order to avoid fighting any of the 7 deadly sins at all costs. Arthur, the King of Chaos, then showed the horrible state of Worldane, who had just fought King. This sight was enough to shake even Ironside. Ironside questioned if they should let the 7 deadly sins do as they please. Arthur, in a manipulative manner, answered that in his current state, they should indeed let the sins be. To gain the power to fight them, Arthur suggested that they should abandon their human sides and submit to the power of chaos. Right after Arthur said that, Worldane regenerated herself, seemingly from death, due to possessing the power of chaos. To worsen things for Ironside, she announced that Percival was back to life. This made Ironside realize that the death of his brother-in-law, Mortlock, was partly in vain. Arthur used this fragile moment to his advantage. He showed Ironside a hologram of Diodora, worrying him even more. Arthur then offered them the power of chaos. To receive it, they had to abandon their human side, and Ironside had to accept it willingly. Due to his fragile state, Ironside accepted the offer. Later, we discover that this decision caused Ironside to completely forget his own son, Diodora. Now, Let's talk about his powers. Ironside's prowess as a knight is undeniable. He has some pretty scary magical powers, including star-shaped magic, which he uses to unleash devastating attacks in the form of star-shaped projectiles, capable of cutting through nearly anything, even mountains. Jin summoning. He calls upon powerful ethereal entities to aid him in battle, though even these are no match for a sin like Ban. It'd be trouble for any normal high-level fighter. Besides all that, his swordsmanship is also exceptional, complemented by his use of enchanted blades and chaos-infused techniques. So, yeah, he's really powerful and such. Thank you all for watching to this point. That was it for today.